talking about AI, and that's artificial intelligence, not Adobe Illustrator. Although we are kind of talking about that, because have you seen what AI is capable of now? It's gotten to the point where it can make art, like real, actual art. It's like we're living in a brave new world where the machines are learning and they're becoming artists, and us human artists are becoming obsolete. Okay, what the hell am I rambling on about now? Perhaps you've heard of some of these recent AI projects like Dall-E or Midjourney. They can create art virtually out of thin air. Basically, the way they work is you give it a prompt. It could be anything. It could be a hot dog floating in outer space. And it'll think about that for a little bit, and then it'll come back with its interpretation of a hot dog floating in outer space. And the results can be pretty impressive. I mean, just scrolling through some of the results, it's truly impressive to see how detailed and how good AI art has gotten. And so I really started wondering about this. What can it do? What can it not do? Can it handle graphic design? Can it design a logo? Can it design a t-shirt? I wonder if it can give me like a real like complete and usable and printable design that I can screen print on a t-shirt. These are the questions that keep me up at night, so let's find out. For this experiment, I'm going to be using Midjourney, which works a lot like Dall-E, but the main difference is it's all done through Discord. So first I just want to show you the basics of how it works. Let's say I want an image of dogs dressed up for Halloween. To begin, you type /imagine, and you follow that with your prompt. Okay, so it gives you these 4 images, and you can either upscale these images or you can try new variations on any of these images. You can also get as specific as you want in your prompts. I mean, you can even specify what style you want it to be in, or maybe even go further and narrow it down to a specific artist you want it to look like. All right, so that's the basics of how it works. Let's try to design a t-shirt. And I can already feel the question coming on, and the answer is no. It doesn't give you vector art, only raster images. So whatever it gives you, you're most likely gonna have to edit that in some way in Photoshop or whatever image editing software you use, just to make it more print friendly. So let's pretend I'm a client. Maybe I'm in a band and I need a new t-shirt. Let's make it a death metal band. I'm thinking something like Cannibal Corpse, something along those lines. Let's just call it Morbid Entrails. I'm gonna type this out and see what we get. Okay, well, apparently Midjourney has a list of banned words, and I'm guessing the trigger word here is entrails? It doesn't want to let us use that. Probably not a bad thing. I mean, we don't need would-be serial killers out there to get inspired. And now that I think about it, we don't really need the machines to learn what entrails are, you know, with the killing all humans and whatnot. So let's change that band name to Kitten Catastrophe. Catastrophe with a K. Really interesting, but it's not really giving us any typography with it. And this kind of highlights an issue that I've seen before when I was testing this out. Sometimes it doesn't give me type, and even when it does give me type, it doesn't spell it out correctly. Maybe we'll try a different type of prompt. Maybe we can get something else that way. Okay, I've tried this a bunch of different ways, and yeah, it doesn't really give me the type that I need. The graphics, on the other hand, are still pretty impressive. I'm digging a lot of these images, to be honest. I like these, they look really clean, something that I'd probably be able to print pretty easily. All right, I've run this through a few more times. I got some variations on some of the ones that I like, and this is what I've come up with. I think I want to go ahead and use this image right here. I don't think I need to really do anything to it. I think it's good as is. I mean, it doesn't have the band name like I was hoping, but you know what? I can bring this into Photoshop and create the type myself. Okay, we've got our finished design here. I've cleaned up the image quite a bit. Bringing it into Photoshop, I adjusted the levels, adjusted the threshold setting, and just made it a little bit more print friendly. For the type, I made it in Illustrator and then just brought that into Photoshop. And that's because I feel like I have more control over type in Illustrator. The font I'm using here is called Bludgeoner. It's from Rogue Lab. If you want to check out that font or any of the other Rogue Lab fonts, click the link in the description below and you'll get 10% off. Now, let's get this on a shirt. So here we go, finished product. An actual AI generated t-shirt graphic. Well, kind of. This ended up being more of a collaboration with the AI rather than getting a complete and printable t-shirt graphic, which is still kind of cool. Now, do I see AI projects like Midjourney being able to deliver a usable and printable t-shirt graphic or really handle graphic design in general? I mean, not really, at least not at this point. I mean, we saw before how it has a hard time dealing with typography, which is very important when it comes to graphic design. The way I see it, just like with any new technology, this is really just a new tool at your disposal rather than the whole package. But let's go ahead and address the other major problem when it comes to this AI generated art, and that is image quality. The raster images that it gives us, even when upscaled to the maximum, it's not good enough for printing, especially printing t-shirts. It defaults at 72 DPI, and really 300 DPI is what's preferable. Maybe 72 is okay if you're printing a really small graphic, but when you need something on a t-shirt, you need more than 72 DPI. And if you scale that up, it's gonna lose some of that image quality. At best, maybe you can take that art and clean it up in Photoshop a little bit. And that's what I ended up doing with this design here, but I intentionally grabbed an image that I thought could be cleaned up, that could have more refined edges to it. So I don't know, what you get out of AI generated art really depends on what you need it for. For the purposes of graphic design and t-shirt printing, or printing in general, I think it does have its limitations, at least for now. Anyway, that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. I wanna go ahead and plug real quick. I have a Discord server that I have recently opened up to anybody that wants to join, at least for a limited time. If you wanna join the Discord, check out the link in the description below. And I just wanna make it like a cool community for creative people, artists, screen printers, anybody, anything creative goes there. So check that out. Thanks again for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. You guys know what to do. Stay humble, stay busy, stay creative, and I'll see you guys next time.